Welcome to Sample Exams, where software testing questions get solved, step by step. Let's get started. Answer A is not correct. Assuming that testers could check the ease of changing the currency exchange system, then it would be done by maintainability testing rather than maintenance testing. So this is not a trigger for maintenance testing. Answer B is correct. A system modification, such as a fix or enhancement, is an example of a trigger for maintenance testing. The removal of the refund option of the currency exchange system was a fix that would lead to maintenance testing. Answer C is not correct. If the Agile team has started developing a user story that adds a new customer loyalty feature to the currency exchange system, then this will result in them testing the new feature. And then they would perform regression testing. No maintenance testing is required in this situation. Answer D is not correct. Reconfiguration of the currency exchange system to support both the local language and English currency transactions is not a system modification, a change to the operational environment, or a system retirement, which are the three triggers for maintenance testing. Answer A is not correct. The approval of the budget is an example of an entry criterion. It would make no sense to approve the budget for some activity that has already been done. Answer B is correct. Running out of budget can be viewed as a valid exit criterion. Answer C is not correct. Availability of resources is an example of an entry criterion for testing. Answer D correct. Coverage is a measure of thoroughness, so it is a typical exit criterion. Answer E is not correct. This is an example of an entry criterion, checked before the project starts. Answer A is not correct. Confirmation testing to check that the updates have resulted in a correct implementation is necessary. However, it would then be sensible to perform regression testing to ensure that no defects have been introduced or uncovered in unchanged areas of the system. Answer B is correct. Confirmation testing will check that the updates have resulted in a correct implementation, and then regression testing will be used to ensure that no defects have been introduced or uncovered in unchanged areas of the system. Answer C is not correct. Regression testing should be used to ensure that no defects have been introduced or uncovered in unchanged areas of the system when the update was made. However, it is also necessary to perform confirmation testing that will check that the updates have resulted in a correct implementation. Answer D is not correct. Confirmation testing will check that the updates have resulted in a correct implementation, and regression testing will be used to ensure that no defects have been introduced or uncovered in unchanged areas of the system. However, when performed, i.e., when an update needs to be tested, confirmation testing precedes regression testing. Answer A is not correct. This is important, but not as important as test environment elements. Answer B is correct. The important thing that is missing is the identification of the browser and device used for the testing. The browser and device information are important because such a defect can be browser or device specific. For example, a login button may work fine on one browser, or one version of a specific browser, but not on another. Therefore, the browser and device information can help the developers to reproduce the issue and find the root cause of the problem more quickly. Answer C is not correct. The test object is identified, webshop version 0.99, answer, D, is not correct. The impact is included, this is severity, high. Answer, A, is correct. Behavior-driven development, BDD, is a well-known example of a test-first approach to development, answer, B, is not correct. Test-level driven development is not a correct example of a test-first approach to development, answer, C, is not correct. Function-driven development is not a correct example of a test-first approach to development, answer, D, is not correct. Performance-driven development is not a correct example of a test-first approach to development. Answer, A, is not correct. Traceability between the mitigated risks in passing test cases provides little information, because to be mitigated, by testing, the risks would need to have a corresponding passing test case. To be able to assess residual risk, traceability between all risks and test results needs to be available, so that the risks that do not have a corresponding passing test can be identified as the residual risks. Answer, B, is correct. Traceability between user requirements and test execution results provides an indication of which user requirements have been tested and so provides a means of measuring project progress, in the context of testing, against business goals. Answer, C, is not correct. It is not clear that failing test cases provide an indication of tester skills any more than passing test cases. It would partly depend on the test objective, e.g., building confidence or causing failures. Also, such measurement of testers based on passing and failing test cases can be counterproductive as it could cause the testers to optimize their testing based on that metric rather than the test objective. Answer, D, is not correct. Traceability between the identified risks and written test conditions provides a means of determining which further test conditions need to be written. Determining which risks are worth testing is part of risk management and risk mitigation in particular. Answer, A, is not correct. Feedback can improve the test process, but if one only wants to improve future projects, the feedback does not need to come early or frequently. Answer, B, is not correct. Feedback is not used to prioritize requirements. Answer, C, is not correct. The quality of changes can be measured in multiple ways. Answer, D, is correct. Early and frequent feedback allows for the early communication of potential quality problems. Answer, A, is not correct. Acceptance criteria are the conditions used to decide whether the user story is ready. They cannot show work progress. Answer, B, is not correct. Defect reports inform about the defects. They do not show work progress. Answer, C, is not correct. Test completion report can be created after the iteration is finished, so it will not show the progress continuously within an iteration. Answer, D, is correct. Burndown charts are a graphical representation of work left to do versus time remaining. They are updated daily, so they can continuously show the work progress. There are 5 columns in the decision table. Each test case covers one of them, TC1 and TC2 both cover Rule 4, TC3 and TC4 both cover Rule 2, TC5 covers Rule 5. So, these 5 test cases cover 3 out of 5 columns, achieving a coverage of 3/5. Multiplication 100% equals 60%, therefore, option B is the correct option. Answer A is not correct. The statement QA is performed as part of testing is incorrect because QA concentrates on process improvement and implementation, using a preventive approach to avoid errors and defects, while testing is a form of QC that is used to detect defects. Answer B is correct. The statement testing is performed as part of QC is correct because QC aims to achieve appropriate levels of quality by focusing on identifying and correcting product defects. Testing is a significant part of QC and helps to uncover these defects. Answer C is not correct. The statement testing is another term for QC is incorrect because although testing is a significant part of QC and helps to uncover defects, other, non-testing, techniques utilized in QC include formal methods like model checking and proof of correctness, as well as simulation and prototyping. Answer D is not correct. The statement testing is performed as part of QA is incorrect because QA concentrates on process improvement and implementation, using a preventive approach to avoid errors and defects, while testing is a form of QC that is used to detect defects. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more testing tips and exam walkthroughs. See you in the next video.